And oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend.
Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a really cool subject. As you can tell by both the title and the thumbnail, in today's video, we're going to be looking at 5 things you didn't know had a secret use for. Before we do jump into the main topic of today's video though, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as well as turning on the bell icon so you never miss out on any of our videos. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So then, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our number 1 spot, we've got the pill bottle top. The purpose of these tips may appear to be obvious, however it contains more to it than just what you're thinking. There is also another purpose for these tips, which I'm sure most of you didn't know. Have you ever glanced at one of these bottle tops and seen screw grooves on the top? Yeah, that's what I thought. So basically the use for this is so you can flip the top over and use it as an easy access top. This is for the people who don't have children and possibly have trouble opening the cap. I literally remember when I was younger, I'd try to open these all the time, and I could just never figure it out. Well, now you all know there are 2 purposes for the design of the top. Now you'll be able to take your medication without having to mess around with the stupid top. Next up at our number 4 spot, we've got notebook margins. Have you ever bought a notebook and wondered why on earth there are margins there despite you not being able to write in it? A lot of people actually surprisingly don't know what the actual point of the margin is. Is it just a guide for where you should start writing? Is it an area for you or someone else to make notes? Well, although that is often the reason for it being used now, in reality, that wasn't the aim of a margin in notebooks. The margin was originally created in order to preserve a person's writing back in the days of architecture. Back in the day, it was extremely common that rats and mice were around housing areas due to worse levels of hygiene. And if you had some important notes, or in the middle of writing a book or poem, then you damn well better know that a rat or mouse will be chewing on it soon. And this is why the margin was invented. Over time, people began to become more wise to the rats and added a margin which would slow the animal to nibble on the paper without breaking into its written words. It also helps with minimizing damage from wear and tear, so it certainly has more of a purpose than we all thought. Moving swiftly into the number 3 spot, we've got the ketchup caps. Now if you don't know what I'm on about those little cups you get at fast food restaurants. I mostly remember it being at McDonald's and seeing loads of kids just filling cups on cups of these things up. Perhaps not the smartest move from McDonald's by leaving those out, but anyway, they do have a purpose you probably didn't know. The intention of these cups is actually pretty unique, which is presented through the folds in the cup. So these cups can actually be unfolded through the folds, aka flaps, which creates a mini fish for you to place your chips on and even more ketchup. So these little kids who are literally filling millions of these cups up at once now look pretty stupid that they could have 1 cup for about the price of 3. The sole intention of this design is amazing, however the human race apparently aren't clever enough to get that. God help us. Moving quickly on to our penultimate number 2 spot, we've got Beanie Pom Pom. Perhaps you all just thought that the Beanie Pom Pom was just for fashion. Well, it does seem to appear that way, however you'd be very wrong. This feature is said to be first created by the Vikings back in the day. It was said to have kept their ears warm during the icy Scandinavian winter. The hats are made by triangles of wool, which helps to provide layers on the head to keep us warm. In order to cover the seams at the top and prevent loose ends, the pom-pom was introduced. Later on down the line, pom-pom was often used by sailors in order to prevent them from hitting their heads on the lower deck ceilings. And finally, coming in at our number 1 spot, we've got Panty Gusset. If you were a man, you might only know this one by doing laundry, whereas for women it may be different. We're now talking about the small pocket places in most women's underwear. This little pocket has often been made fun of and said to have no purpose and be pretty much pointless. However, if you said this, you'd be wrong. The pocket is actually added for purposes of hygiene. Now I'm not going to say anything more than that, I think you get the gist. But yeah guys, that's going to be all for today's video. For any of you guys who have watched all the way through the video, you're a legend. Make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.